A red supercar roars down the street, instantly drawing the attention of passing students. As the car stops, Shen Yuan steps out. Whispers spread among the students, noting how effortlessly he switches between luxury cars. When the passenger door opens, revealing a stunning woman in red dress, a group of students observes with frustration. One of them complains about Shen Yuan's unbelievable luck. He has just entered college yet is already involved with one of the most attractive second-year students from the prestigious flight attendant class. More students start gossiping about Shen Yuan's luck. Some bitterly remark that being rich and attractive gives him an unfair advantage in choosing a partner. Another student complains that he doesn't just have an advantage, he dominates the dating scene, with countless first-year girls already infatuated with him. Meanwhile, Shen Yuan walks confidently down the path with a beautiful woman by his side. From a balcony, two female students watch with envy. One regrets hesitating to make a move, wondering if she still has a chance. The other, more determined, insists that success comes from effort and not to let someone else steal the opportunity. Shen Yuan glances back with a knowing smirk. Shen Yuan's life of luxury, once the envy of many, comes to an abrupt end during his junior year of college. His family's business, 3 travel agencies, collapses, leaving them drowning in debt. The financial ruin forces a complete shift in his reality, stripping away the privileges he once took for granted. Hoping for some companionship, Shen Yuan approaches his old friends, suggesting they hang out. However, their attitudes have changed. One of them coldly reminds him that they were never that close, while another mockingly asks if he still thinks he's the same rich kid who could boss them around. As time passes, his so-called friends distance themselves, treating him like an outcast. Once surrounded by people, he now finds himself abandoned and alone. With his family now struggling in a cramped rental, Shen Yuan has no choice but to give up his independence and move back into the college dorms. Shen Yuan reflects on his downfall, realizing that the carefree days of luxury and privilege are long gone. With his family's financial ruin, he isn't even sure if he can live a stable life anymore. Just when he thought things couldn't get worse, a moment arrives that shatters him completely. Standing a short distance away, Zhu, wanting his current girlfriend, waits, phone in hand. She coldly delivers the final blow, telling him that their relationship is over. Without hesitation, she declares that they should stop contacting each other and that she hopes he finds someone else who understands him better. Shen Yuan is stunned. Everything he had, his wealth, his status, his friends, and now his relationship is crumbling right in front of him. Shen Yuan shocked that after 3 years together, Zhu wanting is willing to end things so easily. He asks if she truly has no feelings left. She reminds him that their relationship was never about deep, unwavering love, it was built on passion and convenience. As she prepares to leave, she adds one last thing. She no longer wants to be called Ting. The name feels outdated to her. If they ever cross paths again, she doesn't want to be reminded of their past. Then, as if to erase any remaining connection, she delivers her final words, better yet, let's never see each other again. Without hesitation, she steps into a sleek black car, leaving Shen Yuan standing there. Shen Yuan, now composed, gives a faint smile. As she reaches for the car door, Shen Yuan suddenly stops her. She turns back, irritated, asking what more he could possibly want. Shen Yuan brings up the expensive designer bags he had bought for her over the years. Since their relationship is over, he suggests that she return them since she won't be needing them anymore. Zhu twists in disbelief before quickly turning into anger. She lashes out, accusing him of being petty and shameless. After 3 years together, all he had given her were a few bags, and now he wants them back. Shen Yuan tells her that if she can't return the bags, he doesn't even want the money, what matters now is reviving an old dream. Zhu wanting frustrated, she snaps and yells at him to go to hell before storming off. Just then, the older man pulls up in a luxury car, casually addressing her as Ting. He advises her not to waste her energy getting angry and even offers Shen Yuan a ride. Shen Yuan watches the interaction, finding it amusing. Not long ago, she told him that calling her Ting was outdated, yet she has no issue when this man does it. With a bitter smile, he politely declines the ride, stating that his place is nearby. The older man smirks as he tells Shen Yuan that he and Zhu wanting have plenty of time, but what really concerns him is whether Shen Yuan can handle this blow. He mockingly offers to ensure that Shen Yuan gets home safely, as if pitying his situation. Shen Yuan, however, isn't one to let himself be looked down upon. He internally notes that if he doesn't stand up for himself now, Everyone will just think he's a fool. Within confident, he leans into the car window, brushing off the man's fake concern. He appreciates the offer, but insists that his place is nearby, no need for a ride. Before leaving, Shen Yuan adds one last remark, telling the man to take good care of Wanting, calling her a good girl. As the older man confidently reassures Shen Yuan that Zhu Wanting is in good hands. With a smirk, he casually starts listing intimate details about Wanting, her preferences, habits, and even what she likes to wear in private. Anger crosses his face as he realizes Shen Yuan is intentionally provoking him. He mutters that Shen Yuan is nothing but a talker. Meanwhile, Shen Yuan watches as the car speeds away, leaving him alone on the street. He stretches, feeling victorious in his own way, and wonders to himself maybe Zhu Wanting made the right choice after all. Shen Yuan brushes off the past, wishing Zhu Wanting well and hoping her choice leads to the perfect life she desires. With a casual gesture, he shields his eyes from the sun. But just as he embraces his newfound independence, something strange happens. Golden system materialize in front of him, displaying mysterious text, perfect life system initiating load. Confused, Shen Yuan stares at the floating display as data about him appears, his name, age, height, weight, and even his wealth and health statistics. Bewildered, he questions whether he's hallucinating, wondering why he's suddenly being labeled as a host. Before he can make sense of it, a system notification explains the rules of this bizarre new reality. To live a truly perfect life, he must not only acquire wealth but also earn admiration, specifically from women. His first task: spend money on a woman with high enough affinity and gain her admiration. If successful, he'll receive triple the amount he spends, and if her affinity increases further, the reward will double. However, there's a catch: the money must come from his own savings or cash. Shen Yuan struggles to process what's happening. A system that grants perks. It sounds ridiculous. Convinced he's hallucinating, he desperately tries to shake off the absurdity. Lai Xiao scolds him, reminding him that a real man shouldn't act so defeated over a simple breakup. She delivers what she calls the ultimate breakup advice: if it's over, it's over. The next one will be better. Shen Yuan is caught off guard by her bluntness. But then, something catches his eye. Above Lai Xiao's head, a number appears: affinity level 65. Realization dawns on him. The system isn't just real, it's already showing him potential targets. Shen Yuan finally realizes the truth: the floating numbers and system notifications weren't a hallucination. The perfect life system is real, and it's already displaying real-time information about people around him. Meanwhile, Counselor Lai Xiao encourages him to move on, flashing a warm smile and reminding him that things will get better. Shen Yuan quickly reassuring her that he's fine. Internally, though, he recognizes that this system might give him a serious advantage in life. Lai Xiao then brings up an important topic. She asks if he has considered applying for the scholarship she previously mentioned. Knowing his financial struggles, she urges him to submit his documents soon, emphasizing that it's one of the few ways she can genuinely help him. Shen Yuan politely declines the scholarship offer, reasoning that a few thousand yuan won't make a difference in his family's massive debt. He suggests the funds should go to someone in greater need. Before leaving, she warmly offers her continued support, even jokingly mentioning that he can come to her for advice, including relationship troubles. As she walks away, she reminds him that she's always available if he ever needs help. Meanwhile, Shen Yuan's mind shifts back to the perfect life system. He realizes that Lai Xiao meets the system's criteria for the active task: spending money on a woman with high affinity. If he completes it successfully, he'll receive a multiplied refund. Curious to see if the system truly works, he wonders why not test it out. Without hesitation, he gently grabs Lai Xiao's hand, stopping her from leaving. With a confident smile, he expresses his gratitude for her concern and insists on treating her to a milk tea as a small token of appreciation. Lai Xiao, slightly flustered, initially declines, but fumbles over her words when he insists. Shen Yuan hands her the drink. Lai Xiao hesitates for a second before accepting it, her face slightly flushed as she softly thanks him. Shen Yuan checks his bank balance and is stunned the system actually worked. After buying Lai Xiao a simple milk tea for 6 yuan, his account balance mysteriously jumped from 81 to 99 yuan, a multiplied refund exactly as the system promised. Excitement kicks in. He quickly realizes that as long as Lai Xiao's affinity level stays above 60, he could continuously spend money on her and keep earning multiplied refunds. If he plays his cards right, this system might be the key to turning his life around. Watching Li Xiao walk away, he starts to see the bigger picture. This might be his chance to pay off his family's debts and even surpass his old lifestyle. Shen Yuan is determined. If he handles this correctly, he won't just regain his former glory, he'll be better than ever. Shen Yuan acknowledges a major limitation: his starting capital is too small. Even though the system allows him to multiply his money, he needs a bigger initial fund to truly take advantage of it. His priority now is to secure enough startup capital and find the right targets to spend on. Determined, he manages to gather 8,000 yuan in gold bars, 20,000 yuan from personal loans, and 20 winning 585 yuan in business loans, adding it to his existing 99 yuan. His total funds now amount to 49,684 yuan, a solid amount to start testing the system on a larger scale. However, he knows he has to be strategic. In Li Xiao's eyes, he is still just a struggling student from a bankrupt family. If he suddenly offers her an expensive gift, it could raise suspicion. He needs a subtle approach. 1 hour later, Shen Yuan holds up an expensive-looking handbag, a luxury item worth 39,800 yuan from this year's spring collection. However, his plan is clever. It's actually a high-quality knockoff. This way, Li Xiao is more likely to accept it without suspicion, believing it to be an affordable gift rather than an extravagant one. He heads to her place, knocking on her door, but a thought crosses his mind: does she have a boyfriend? The door opens, revealing Li Xiao in casual home attire, wearing an apron and holding a ladle. She seems surprised to see him and immediately asks why he's there. Shen apologizes for disturbing her and casually asks if she's in the middle of cooking. Shen presents a handbag to Li Xiao, expressing gratitude for her care throughout his college years. He insists that her support has been invaluable and urges her to accept the gift as a token of appreciation. Li Xiao, taken aback, immediately refuses, noting that the bag looks expensive. She reminds Shen that she is his professor and treats all students the same, making such a gift unnecessary. Shen quickly clarifies that the bag is just a cheap knockoff and insists that given his family's situation, he wouldn't be able to afford anything extravagant. He emphasizes that he simply wants to show his gratitude in some way and asks her to accept it. Seeing Shen's sincerity, Li Xiao hesitates. She realizes that rejecting the gift outright might hurt him, so she reluctantly agrees to take it. However, she decides that she will repay the gesture on a special occasion, such as his birthday or a holiday. The aroma of food drifts through the air as a door slightly opens. Suddenly, Li Xiao realizes that her stir-fry is burning and rushes to the kitchen in a panic. Shen Yuan walks in and notices the commotion. As Li Xiao hurriedly tries to salvage her meal, she casually invites him to stay for dinner, asking if he has eaten yet. Shen Yuan hesitates, considering the situation. He assures her that as long as her boyfriend doesn't mind, he has no issue staying. Internally, he thinks about how remaining close will help him increase their affinity level and gain more rewards from the system. A moment later, a notification appears on his phone, confirming a significant deposit into his bank account. The bag's price, combined with a triple refund, nets him a significant profit. He marvels at the fact that, while he spent large sums before, this is the first time he's earned such an amount entirely on his own. Standing atop a rock, he basks in his success, celebrating youth, victory, and independence. Meanwhile, Li Xiao calls Shen Yuan back to reality, telling him to sit down and eat. Shen, momentarily distracted, questions why it's just the two of them and asks about her boyfriend. Li Xiao looks surprised, correcting him immediately she doesn't have a boyfriend. Shen Yuan steps forward, offering to help Li Xiao. She hesitates, insisting it's unnecessary, but he moves closer, confidently reaching for the apron tied around her back. As he begins fixing the tangled knots, Li Xiao unsure of how to react. Shen reassures her that he'll take care of it. Just then, Li Xiao's younger sister, Li Meng. She storms in with a suitcase, demanding to know what's going on. Shen Yuan quickly steps back, flustered, assuring Li Meng that nothing suspicious is happening. Meanwhile, Li Xiao tries to defuse the situation, inviting her sister to eat and questioning why she arrived so late. Li Xiao formally introduces Li Meng as her younger sister. Li Meng still suspicious, while Shen Yuan awkwardly greets her, feeling an intense pressure from her cold gaze. Without wasting any more time, Shen quickly decides to escape the situation. He casually states that he already ate before coming and announces that he's heading back to college. Li Xiao looks puzzled, questioning Shen Yuan's excuse, as it was clear he was about to eat just moments ago. Li Meng, still suspicious, declares that Shen is definitely up to something. Li Xiao brushes off the accusation, insisting that he's just a student. Li Meng finds the situation outrageous, calling it bold for a student to try winning over his professor. Li Xiao, however, dismisses her concerns and urges her to just focus on eating. Meanwhile, Shen Yuan walks through the bustling streets, deep in thought. He contemplates who he should invest his time and money in. While his relationship with Li Xiao remains a professional one, she is different from others like Zhu Wanting, who only cares about wealth. Shen Yuan notices someone slumped over, seemingly distressed. As he gets closer, he realizes it's his roommate, Huang Heibao, and immediately asks what's wrong. Huang lifts his trembling hands, clearly shaken. With a devastated expression, he grabs Shen Yuan's hand and reveals the source of his misery. His beloved Fang Minhui went to the movies with Li Jianpeng. Shen Yuan observes Fang Minhui from a distance, acknowledging her reputation as the beauty of the international trade sophomore class. He internally notes that Huang Heibao has never even spoken to her, making his devastation seem exaggerated. With a smirk, he casually asks if that's all there is to the issue. Huang asks if he's being mocked. Shen, amused, tells him to take a proper look at Fang Minhui. As Huang turns, his eyes widen in shock. Fang Minhui is walking with another equally stunning woman, both dressed stylishly. Huang quickly reassures himself that she only went to the movies with Li Jianpeng and not somewhere more intimate, which means he still has a chance. Excited, he clings to hope, convincing himself that all is not lost. Shen Yuan watches Huang Heibao, amused by how desperate he is to win over Fang Minhui. Internally, he wonders how this will end for his friend, who seems to have lost all dignity over a girl who has never even acknowledged him. Just then, Shen notices something surprising. Fang Minhui's affection points toward him appear, and they are higher than Professor Li's.